Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm, and this is video 4. Hey, we're moving along pretty well, I think. In this video, we're actually going to get into a couple of really important things. This video is mainly going to be focused on modules and pages. So this is going to be for teachers who have completely empty courses and need to create a new modules and new content. I'm going to cover how to create a new module. I'm going to cover how to create a new page, and I'm going to cover how to set that page as your home page for the course. And so this is going to be, a reasonably long video, but we're covering a ton in this video. Okay, so I have this new course that's open. It has nothing in it right now. I don't have any modules, no pages. I actually have some pages, but they're hidden. So I don't have any modules. The first thing I want to do is create a module to organize my content. And so in the previous video, we talked about whether or not your module should be organized by date or by unit or by the term itself. And again, it's completely up to you what you choose to do. I tend to like to group my content by term. So I'm going to say term 1, and I'm going to click add module. So now I have this thing called a module, and it's basically just a list of content that fall under this header, which is term 1. Now, this module itself is not published, right? I can see by this little no sign here. Any term or any module that is unpublished will not be viewable by your students. So your students may be in the course, meaning the course is already published, and you may have content inside that module you want them to see, so you've published that content, but if the module itself isn't published, they will not see it. Okay, so you want to make sure you publish your module when it's time for your students to see it. Now, in order to add new content to this module, I can either choose to drop files in here. So if I had a file that I wanted to drop in here, I can just drop it straight in. Or I can click this plus button. The plus button is what we're going to use. So we'll get into that in just a second. Over here, though, I have options. I can click the 3 dots here, and it gives me options. I can edit the module name. I can move all of the contents of this module into a completely new module. I can move this module up and down in the module list. I can delete it, duplicate it. I can share this module to Commons. I can do all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to add some content to this module itself. So I'm going to click the plus button, and it's going to add item to term 1. It's going to pull up this panel called Add Item to Term 1. Now, I can choose which kind of content I want to add to this module. I can add an assignment, a quiz, a file, a page, a discussion, a text header, external URL, or external tool. Let's go with text header first, because this is something that I like to use in order to organize my content inside of my modules. And so for this one, let's say it's going to be the introduction section. So this is term 1, and the first thing in term 1 is going to be introduction. So now I have this introduction text header. Notice that I have to publish that as well. One trick you can do is while you're building out all this content, you can leave everything unpublished, and then when you're done, you can click publish, and it will publish everything. You can click publish on the term itself, and it'll publish everything inside that term, which is a handy tool. I'm going to leave mine unpublished. Okay, so I have my introduction text header. This doesn't do anything. I can't click on it or go in anywhere. This just helps me to organize my content a bit better. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to add a page to this module. So I'm going to click there. I'm going to change this to page. And now I have an option to add a page that already exists or add a new page. Now, let's talk a bit about what a page is. Page is essentially just like, think about it like a web page, right? Back in the day when I was younger, I used to build these mainly text-based web pages on like Angel Fire, or you just write the HTML code and put a bunch of stuff up, make like a fan page for your favorite band or something like that. This is essentially the same thing, right? Now, don't get scared. You're not writing actual HTML code. If you can add content to a Word document, then you are qualified to create content in a new page. And I'll show you how easy it is to do. But pages are essentially just a way to deliver content to a student. Pages are not assignments, and you should not use pages for assignments that you want to grade. Pages are not used for quizzes, and you should not use pages for quizzes that you want to grade. Pages are for delivering content to students. That is what they are there for. Okay, so I'm going to create a new page, and I'm going to call this first lesson, because I already have a lesson 1. I'm going to call this first lesson. Now, notice that by default, my content is lined up exactly on this margin line here. I can change the indent, which normally I would do. All you have to do is click the options here and click increase indent, and it will push it in just a little bit. I like doing that because it further shows that this content is under this text header. That's up to you, but I think it makes it a lot more clear. All right, so I'm going to click on this first lesson page and see what we have inside. And there's nothing. It's empty. Well, that's good because I haven't told it to do anything yet. I haven't said, hey, make this, put this content on there. So let's talk about how to do that. I'm going to click this edit button here. And it is going to pull up this very busy looking page that may be super scary, but it's not. Let's talk about it. Okay, right up here at the top, I can see that I have the title of the page, and I can change that. I can edit that here. Instead of first lesson, maybe I want this to be the home page for my website or for my Canvas course, right? Now, inside here, this big box in the middle, this is the page content. So the page content, again, basically, if you can create a web page or a Word document and add text to it, then you can add content to this. And a lot of these buttons probably look familiar to you. So bold, italicize, underline, text color, background color, text or clear formatting. You have alignment tools here. You have indentation tools, superscript, subscript, bulleted list, numbered list. You can create a table. You can insert media, you can create links, you can embed an image, you can do math equations. So I can insert a math equation onto my page, which is super cool. I don't know if you math teachers have seen this option yet, but you can do all kinds of cool stuff, adding cool math equations. I don't even know what I'm doing right now, so please don't judge me. I'm just clicking stuff. 3 over, 15. So then you can insert that equation and it will pop it into your page formatted properly. So that's pretty cool too. You can do that. You can bring in content from Commons. So if you found content on Canvas Commons that you like and you put it into your favorites, you can bring that content in here. You can also include stuff from your Google Drive, which we are going to do today. You can record or upload your own media. You can change the font sizes. You can change the text type. You can check accessibility. This will check for ADA compliance on the content that you put on your page, which is fantastic. Okay, now some of you might be a little bit more savvy and you think, hey, I want to make my life more difficult. So what you could do is actually click HTML editor. And in here, you can actually start building or start writing the HTML code to create your web page the way it would normally be created by writing out HTML. So you can do that if you want. If you're HTML fluent and you want to actually do that, I don't know why you would want to, but that's a possibility. So we can flip back to, and you can see that it formats it properly. So HTML editor is there as well if you want to use it. Okay, so let's talk about putting some content in here. Now, normally by default, this sorts or this turns your text into paragraph text. But maybe you want a header. You want a big header on the top of your page. So you can say, computer science principles, right? Because this is my header page, right? So I can put, big text there, and then I'm going to have some paragraph down here. welcome to my course. Thank you for joining me. Now notice that when I misspelled that word, the spell check popped up. So yeah, spell check is a thing in Canvas as well. So please use it. There's nothing more embarrassing than a student noticing a spelling error on one of your pages that you've dedicated hundreds of hours of building content for, and then they go, hey, you spelled this word wrong, and then you look, you feel dumb in front of class. I've had that happen before. It's not great. Okay, so that's great for text, and you know, we can create bulleted lists and all that stuff, but what if I want to put a picture in? Well, great. There are a couple ways we can do this. We can click Embed Image. And what this does is it says, hey, you can give us the URL for an image that you want to embed. So if you find an image online, you can copy the image address and put it right in here, and it will pop it right into your Canvas page. Or you can say, hey, I want images that I've already uploaded to Canvas. This is a brand new course, so I don't have any uploaded images yet. Or you can say, I want to go to Flickr and I want to find public domain images on Flickr. What I normally do is I generate the images myself and then I upload them to my files. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to go over here to Images, click on that button, and then I'm going to click Upload a New Image. And then I'm going to choose the file of the image file that I'm looking for. And for me, it's going to be this ECS header. Let's choose that, and I'm going to click Open. And then I've got to give it some alternative text. If you've ever done some HTML programming, you know that alt text is really important for image elements because we want to make sure that people who are using screen readers can see what the image is supposed to be. Anyway, take my web design class if you want to learn more about that. This is an ADA compliance thing, so you always have to type in alternative text for the image. So I'm going to say class header. Now, this decorative image button, I don't know what it does, so let's click it and find out. I'm going to click Upload. Okay, it's going to put that in there. And so my image is in there, and I don't really know what it's doing. I don't know what decorative image does for me, but whatever. Okay, so that's how you add an image. Now, let's talk about how to add, let's do a table really quickly. So remember I had my term 1, term 2, term 3, right? This table, I basically just organized it by table. So I just created a table that's 1 row and 4 columns. And then what you can do is in here you can say, I want term 1 and term 2 and term 3 and term 4. Now, I don't like the fact that these are all left aligned, right? So I can select all this content. Oh, come on, I can't select the whole table. All right, I'm going to select all that content, and I'm going to say I want it to be center aligned. And I actually want it to be a bit bigger than it is, so I'm going to increase the font size to like 18. There we go, so it's easier to see. And then I'm going to turn each of these into a link. Okay, so notice that, all right, let me just show you here. So when I have this item selected, this piece of text, to create a link out of it, it's easy. You just go to links, and then you go to, let's say, modules, because I want to link to the term 1 module. So I'll click this modules drop down here and click term 1. And that's as easy as it is. Literally now I can click on that and it will take me to the term 1 module. Super, super simple. Okay, so tables are fun, tables are great, tables are easy. Next, let's say I want to upload, I don't know, maybe I want to record a message to my students, right? So I can click this record or upload media button, and it's going to turn on my camera, and I don't want you to see me because I don't look great today. But in this area, you can record your own, oh, it's going off of my webcam. That's my messy desk with all my headphones and wires and stuff. Anyway, you can record a message to your students from here and put it right into the page. Now, I would recommend to make sure that, I would recommend to keep those videos as short as possible. Anything that's longer than, say, 5 minutes, it's going to take a long time for that video to render and upload to your page. So you're going to be sitting there for a while waiting for this thing to render. And I've had it crash. I've tried to do videos longer than, say, 10 minutes, and I've had it completely crash, and I lost that entire 10 minutes. So let's not use this too much. But what you can do is you can import videos from your Google Apps. So I showed you how to do this in the video series that shows you how to use your webcam and your microphone. But in here, let's say I want to bring in a video. So I'm going to go to my video folder where I have all my videos organized. And let's say I want to, let's go classes. Oh, actually, let's go back to school media. What do I have in that folder? Entry procedures. Oh, okay. So let's say I wanted to just do like entry procedures. That looks good to me. I want that video to be in, so I'm going to embed that. Now what this is going to do is it's going to take that video from my Google Drive and put it right into my, it's going to put it right into my page, so that whenever you're on this page, you can click the button and it'll make the video play, which is great. Let's say you don't want to use your Google Drive for your videos. Let's say you wanted to use something like YouTube, right? So let me go to YouTube and I will show you how to do that. So I'm going to go, actually, let's do it from here. No need to complicate things. So up here, I can say I want to insert or edit media. So if I go to embed, then I have to place my embed code here, right? Which means what I have to do is I have to find embed code for the video I want to put in here. So this can be videos from TeacherTube, it can be videos from YouTube, it can be videos from anywhere you find videos online. I'm going to go to my YouTube channel. By the way, if you're watching these videos, you probably have found my YouTube channel, but if you haven't, my YouTube channel is Mr. Storm UMA. So if you want to see my, what did I do? I went into my studio. I don't want to go into my studio. I want to, let's go back. Actually, we can do that. Let's go to this setting up distance learning. I want to go to I want to view this on YouTube. So let's say I found this video on YouTube and I want to use this video in my page, right? I'm going to pause that so you guys don't get it playing back. What I can do, and there's a lot of stuff going on, so the video might be getting choppy. So I'll give it a second. So what I can do is I can find this share button here. When I click share, it will pull up this page and I can click embed. It will give me this code that I can then copy and I can bring it over into the embed area here in Canvas and click OK. And what that'll do is it'll take my YouTube video and put it right here in my page. Let's say you want to actually upload, let's say, a PDF document, right? You want a PDF file. So what I would do is I'd put that in my Google Drive, and then I would find it in my Google Drive, and then just click on it. It'll embed it right in there. So let's do class documents. Let's try that. Oh, my Canvas Parents Guide. So I'm going to put that in there so that people can see it, and I will click embed. And what that'll do is it will create a section on my page with the Canvas Parents Guide that I can scroll through. Perfect. Okay. Now, again, really, there's no limit to what you can do. I'm going to go ahead and click Save so I can see what this page looks like. Alrighty. So again, there's really no limit to what you can do with a Canvas page. You can put videos in there. You can put your PowerPoint slides or your Google Docs slides, or your Google Slides presentations. So for example, let's say I have a Google Slides presentation that I want to show my students for a lesson. Let's actually do that real quick. Sorry, this video is probably going to be the longest of the whole series just because there's so much I want to cover in this one video. All right, let's do it right here. Let's put it right here after this table. So I'm going to, gotta wait for all the content to load. So right here, I want to, oh, where'd my mouse go? Right there, I want to put a Google Slides presentation. So I'm going to go to my Google Apps again, and I will find the presentation I want to embed. Let's see, let's do applications. Okay, and I will embed that slide presentation directly into my page. So let's go save, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so I have an image here. So I have my a header, I have some text, I have an image, I have a table, I have a slide presentation, which I can flip through just by clicking here, and it'll take me through the slides themselves. I can also find specific slides here, and I can use this to draw on. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's not working. Anyway, yeah, so I can use this as a pointer. I can change the settings. So the best part about a page is, let's say I'm teaching in class, right? And I have a presentation built for this class, for this lesson that I'm teaching, right? What you can do is you can go directly into the Canvas page, pull that screen up on your projector, you can go to the slide presentation, maximize it, and then go through the presentation with your pointer here, and you can teach students your lesson directly in Canvas. That does one of two things. That does two things. It organizes your content so it's easier for you to find, and it shows students how to get to the lesson later on. If they missed something in the presentation, they know they can go back to that page and find that exact presentation. So this is a great way to help you organize your teaching, even if you're teaching in person and you have no students taking this class remotely. This is a great tool. You also have videos. I showed you two different ways to embed videos into your classes. I showed you how to embed a PDF document, which you can go through and read. And there's even more that you can do. The last thing I want to show you, however, and this video is already pretty long, so I'm going to make this quick. The last thing I want to show you is I want to show you how to set this homepage as the first page that pops up when people go into your course. So I'm going to go to View All Pages here. And it's going to say, hey, you have these. It's going to pull up a list of pages that I have. I'm going to make sure that my page is published. And then over here in the options, I'm going to say Use as Front Page. And that's going to designate that as my front page. Now when I click the Home button, that page should show up right in the beginning of my course. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, you might need, okay, I see what's up. So in the pages, you need to indicate, I forgot a step. In the pages, you need to indicate a front page using the steps that I just showed you. The next step is you have to go back to your home page and go to Choose a Home Page, and then say, I want the page's front page, okay? And then click Save. And then it will use that front page as your home page for the course. Okay, perfect. Some of the content's taking a bit longer to load. Anyway, so that's how you set up pages and modules in your course. In the next video, we're going to take a deeper dive into assignments or quizzes, I believe. I can't remember which one I set up next, but whatever. It'll be a surprise for the next video. Thanks for sticking with me for this long. Again, I know this is a long video. Thanks for bearing with me, and I'll see you in the next one.